Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. You already know, today we're going to be reacting to some more strange TikToks. If you're new here and you want to show some support, you can leave a like, comment, or subscribe, stuff like that. Click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. And yeah, you already know it's about to get weird. Let's get right to the video.
Today, being retarded means leading a full life. Retarded people go to work or school just like their neighbors and come back to a real home, a supervised home, right in the neighborhood where they belong. Being retarded never stopped anyone from being a good neighbor.
Could you imagine this nowadays, this commercial nowadays? Man, people would lose their mind. And it just shows you like how far back we have gone. And it makes me think of like people being brainwashed. If you question something somebody believes and they get hostile, they're brainwashed.
How was James Franco and his brother in a magazine from 1972? Watch this.
Okay.
That's James Franco and his brother.
72. Okay. Tell me what brothers you see.
I don't even know if they would have been born at this point. But that is them.
It looks like them.
Time travel, y'all. Stay weird.
If you haven't seen this video of Elvis Presley apparently shape-shifting, then you need to watch it. Look at how the girl gets scared here. Why does she get scared? Because watch the eye. And you're going to notice his team comes in and blocks the camera and then starts wiping his eye after. Look at this. Now watch what happens here. They're going to come in, they're going to block the camera, and Buddy's going to come over and he's going to pat down the eye. What? Like craziness. Look at this. Look at that. Now, when you look into all these famous people, they all possess these interesting qualities, should I say. Look at this. Same dude, this is Elvis. What just happened with the hand there? Let's slow it down a little bit here. Wow. Looking pretty interesting, if you ask me. Very interesting. Almost like he's shape-shifting. 3 fingers. What is going on here, guys? Now, since I saw this, I actually looked into this pretty heavily, the whole Elvis Presley thing, and it blew my mind. These are not the only examples. You can find a lot more examples. And a lot of these celebrities, like I said, across the world, yeah, nothing is what it seems. Stop worshiping these people because they are not who you think. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share, and follow for more hidden truth. Peace and love.
I've seen the one where the dude's behind him and they're backstage and he looks like an alien, but I've never seen that one. That one's pretty crazy. She looks bad. Something wrong with her eyes. She just does not look good.
Sir, you know you're not recording me, right?
No.
You're recording yourself.
He's not recording anything. He hasn't pressed the button.
Look, you're recording yourself.
Holy shit. Yeah, you're right.
Why is there a double helix on our license plates, otherwise a DNA strand? It's on every single license plate I have on all my vehicles and trailers. And it's probably on your license plates too, no matter what state you live in.
So Erasmus, he helped promote the education of women. Don't you think that was the worst thing ever to happen when we started educating women? What you guys think? Was it good or bad to educate women?
Good.
Huh?
Good.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
What?
Someone still slept today.
Was it good or bad to educate women?
Bad.
Why?
Because we don't need that. I don't know.
Because this is a man's world.
Yeah.
And women are not supposed to know no more than we let them know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't you feel the same way, Harlow?
I don't.
You don't?
What's wrong with him?
What's wrong with him?
Are you crazy? What y'all doing? What's happening? Man, he said, don't you
Why do you think women should be educated?
Why should they?
They're human beings.
Because it's a man's world.
I'm not agreeing.
But you let women know too much, then they'll boss you around.
No, because it takes two to tango. A man can't produce a baby, so.
Anytime producer is about control. I don't want my wife to know nothing. Don't want what I tell her.
You cheating on her? You cheating on her? You cheating on her?
No, but I don't want her to know nothing. I don't want to know just very little. So I can control a paycheck, tell her when to eat, sleep.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Oh.
Yeah. That's one way to control. I'm just saying. But of course, now that's personal. But as a teacher, I have to tell y'all that women are entitled to the same education, quality education. Hey, we through with it. Say what?
So I'm at my buddy's house in Georgia, and I think that this is a lab-grown spider. But they say that this is invasive, and I don't think it is. The webbing design is different. The design makeup underneath its belly side is different, as well as there's other little ones that are inside of the web as well. And if you think that this is just a problem for Georgia, I want you to understand this will eventually be in New York because it is able to tolerate the cold. Also, you are aware about where these came out of was very close to the CDC, which is near Gwinnett, Georgia. And Georgia does some pretty stupid things. For instance, kudzu was not something that was part of here, as well as the Japanese beetle was something else that was brought in, and it was not supposed to. So as I was talking to my friend about the hummingbirds and stuff, he said it's interesting because he has seen less, and they've been trapped in these webs. Another thing that's strange is how far these can float in the air, can go for over 100 miles to its new location. And one last thing, the spider that they're saying that this is a gyro spider, and that location that it comes from, they're not in mass quantity. So you tell me, you think this came out of the lab? Take care. God bless.
Had a drone show and end up catching everything on fire. That's crazy.
This behind me is Tesla's concept of what future warfare would look like. We of course know the man for his free energy devices, his electromagnetic motor, and his wireless power. But did you know that he made weapons that he thought would bring peace? Yeah, and in fact, there was multiple articles written up about these technologies. This is a 1907 article titled Tesla's Tidal Wave to Make War Impossible. Tesla said his invention could create fleet-destroying convulsions, engulfing huge ships like toy boats. He describes it as a wireless wonder, a vibration-based energy weapon transmitted through natural mediums rather than cables, like etheric maybe? The mechanism worked by producing vibrations or waves of tremendous power focused through resonance to generate artificial tidal waves. Artificial tidal waves. Tesla suggested that these forces could be aimed at sea or coastal regions enough to annihilate fleets thousands of miles away. That sure sounds like something, and I can't put my finger on it. Yeah, no, I don't know. And it doesn't end there. This is an 1898 article. Tesla's great invention to blow up hostile warships by electric waves. In the article, they say that Tesla declared, "I am perfecting an electrical engine of war, which I am ready to offer to the government." The machine, he explained, could hurl death and destruction into an enemy ship through vibratory resonance, a method of inducing powerful oscillations that cause materials to fail. His electrical oscillator could transmit intense energy through air or water generating destructive vibrations similar to earthquakes or explosions. I mean, again, it's like it's on the tip of my tongue, and I just can't figure it out. I think it's almost, no, I know. Oh, yeah. No, I remember. I'm not going to say it. So next time you laugh at us theorists about microwave beams and lines in the sky, just remember, in 1898 and 1907, the newspaper, the media, was telling you what they've perfected. Love y'all, and have a good day.
All right, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but to me, I do not think Tesla ever existed, or at least not when they say he existed. Because try to find a real picture of him, you can't. That interview that he supposedly had, that's a reenactment. Nobody can find anybody from his family. I don't think he existed. I think he's a made up person, and they're either hiding the true identity of whoever came up with that with all that technology, or I don't know, just something. I just don't think he existed. I could be wrong though. Mercury is so crazy. That's a battery in there, ain't it?
Oh, I got they ass now. Now, throughout your entire life, you've heard about these structures. I don't even have to tell you what this is. My tribe people, y'all know what this is. I don't have to say it. You're looking at it. If you tapped into your DNA, your Akashic records, you know what that is. It's a Stargate. You know what it does. You don't need to go to school to learn that. You know what it does. You know it has the ability to access other realms. You've even used it in video games. And understand something very simple. They're not that crafty and they're not that creative to create something out of fiction, out of nothing. And if you follow me, you're going to realize that everything they're telling you is fiction is very much real. And oh boy, wait till you get to the end of this video. The metal ball. Now, when I saw that metal ball going around the Stargate and creating that dimension in there, I started to think. That ball is a piece of metal and it's going around in a circle, right? Now, you would need magnetism to make that go around in a circle really, really fast, right? But then I said, you know what? What's metal, can move really fast,
and actually cover the entire circumference of this at the same time, meaning it won't just be here. It'll be covering the entire Stargate. I said, the only thing that can do that is Mercury. Stay tuned.
BruceMafia.com. So it's pretty amazing that this vampire blood or red mercury is repelled by garlic and attracted to gold and doesn't even show a reflection in the mirror. It kind of really makes sense, like the girl said, where them legends came from. I mean, look at that. That's crazy right there. Now, I believe this red mercury was used in free energy technology. Just think, you're pushing it away with the garlic and attracting with the gold. You could make crafts go. You could run a whole city on free energy with just these elements, the red mercury, the gold, and the garlic. And I believe these major ancient cities were doing this. You know, you go back to Tartaria, the Hyperborean civilization, back to ancient Egypt, the real Egypt, because they give us a lot of propaganda where it is, and it's not even in the right location, but that's not for this show. But they were definitely using this red mercury, and there's evidence of this everywhere. So I believe the Aztecs, the Mayans, they were all using it. They were way further advanced than we are now because they were tapped into the frequencies of nature. They were also using it when they died. There's accounts of emperors with this in their coffin.
That's why archaeologists are afraid to open the tomb of China's first emperor. It's been 50 years since villagers digging a well discovered the site. Yet no one has seen inside the tomb since nearly 2,300 years ago, when Emperor Qin's body was sealed within. The emperor certainly had grand ambitions for his tomb, which spans 98 square kilometers, and even includes his famous terracotta army, consisting of 8,000 soldiers and horses. Just a little further on this pyramid lies the emperor's tomb. According to the historian Sima Qian, the workers who prepared the tomb and attended the burial were walled alive in the mausoleum at the end of the ceremony, so the secrets of its construction would never be revealed. He also states that the tomb is protected by a multitude of traps, notably automatic crossbows, designed to stop anyone who ventures into the corridors. Worse still, he writes that the emperor's bronze sarcophagus is surrounded by a vast river of mercury. We know today that mercury is highly toxic, but the emperor believed it granted immortality. It remains uncertain whether the tomb will ever be opened, but officials prefer to wait for new technological advancements that will allow safe entry into the tomb without any risk of damaging the emperor's mummy or the surrounding treasure. Subscribe for more videos.
That'd have to be a lot of mercury.
So you see, the first emperor was surrounded by mercury. Maybe it's connected to some resurrection technology. And red mercury in gold equals 187, which is the homicide code. Remember, Confucius told us, symbols rule the world, not the laws of man. The elites have a secret language of symbols and numbers. It's called gematria. Comes from Jewish Kabbalah mysticism. Now, who is the god Mercury? Well, it's Hermes. Mercury is the Roman god. Hermes is a Greek counterpart. And you won't believe this. Red mercury and gold equals 187, matching MH370. The flight that went missing in transit, which would be connected to Hermes. And on that flight, there were several people that had patents to free energy technology. Interesting.
All right, guys, I'm trying to put this together for you, and TikTok only gives me 10 minutes. But as you can see, Mercury is often depicted holding a caduceus, a rod with two snakes wrapped around it. He is also sometimes shown wearing a wing cap or sandals, which reference his association with travel. Let's keep this going. Have y'all not noticed that most Tartarian structures have a statue on it, and it's holding the caduceus? Have y'all not noticed most of their statues are Mercury? Have y'all not noticed that Mercury is one of the main statues that they put on their building? Why would they do that? Mercury Messenger of the God, traveler, Stargate? I think Mercury has something to do with the Stargate and us traveling in between dimensions. Oh, I'm not done yet. What exactly is the stuff in the middle of the Stargate? I'm not gonna answer this question. I just gave y'all class. Y'all know what's in the middle of the Stargate. Y'all also know they usually put this right in our face. Don't they? Let me show you. They put it right in your face. This is why they went to Iraq. Because Saddam Hussein had actually found one of these and he was figuring out how to work it. You see the soldiers? Look at them. What are they walking through? They're walking through a Stargate. What's helping them get to the other side? Mercury, the messenger god, the god of travel. I can't spell this out any better. We travel through Stargates. They're all over the planet, and that's why they destroyed them and had to get rid of them, because we could travel to other dimensions. This is how our ancestors traveled. Understand? By Mercury. Peace.
What is this that has shown up in the sky when I was taking a picture at night? It's that color, and then it's that color. It was in the sky. You can like vaguely see it behind the moon. I don't know what it was.
A magnitude 7.4 earthquake has struck off the coast of Mindanao in the southern Philippines at 9:43 p.m. local time. The depth was initially reported at 58 kilometers but revised to be a very shallow 10 kilometers. Tsunami alerts were issued across the Pacific coast of the Philippines immediately after the quake but have been lifted. Several injuries have been confirmed and a possible fatality. Dozens of aftershocks have been recorded and more are expected through the night. What's unusual is this comes just 11 days after a 6.9 earthquake in the Visayas region that claimed over 70 lives. Two major quakes in under 2 weeks is rare even for the Philippine Trench, one of the most active subduction zones on Earth. Authorities are urging residents to stay away from weakened buildings and coastal areas until all clear assessments are complete. Although unlikely, it is not out of the question a larger earthquake can't come, as we did see this with the Kamchatka Peninsula, which had a 7.4, followed by an 8.8. Unlikely,
8.8.
but not out of the question. I hope everyone is safe as always, and we'll see you in the comments. Take care.
I guess this was seen after one of the earthquakes over there.
Stuck up dito ay ang saingan ana ang old stuck up ang skin na
I don't know what that is.
wakairo dito kasi lagi na damage dito ma'am no.
They say this was an accident, but when a military plane blows up overnight, how is that an accident? I'm confused. Do y'all notice every time something big go down, the people that you're supposed to hear talk the most be the most silent? I be trying to understand, like, why y'all niggas not talking now? This explosion was not just a random accident. I don't care what they talking about. Look at this shit. This happened at the Accurate Energetic System, a plant that happens to make explosives for the U.S. military, y'all. Now, multiple people is presumed unalive, and 19 other people is missing. They said this blast was so powerful that first responders couldn't even go into the building. That's crazy, fool. And here's where it get weird, y'all. They said a secondary explosion went off long after the first one. Like it was something in there they didn't want to get found. So they're calling it a workplace accident. So why do they have the ATF there and all these other law enforcement there locking down the area? You ask me, if this was just a factory fire like they say, it wouldn't feel this controlled or wouldn't feel this quiet. Sometimes it's not about what they tell you happened. It's about what they'll never admit that really happened. Let me know how y'all feel about this down below in the comments.
Where'd that happen?
The dark woods and everything, right? About to be sunset. Spooky thing, though. My truck is saying that there's people around me. There's no people around me. But my truck says. My truck says people. Watch. If I slow down, they'll catch up. See? Right next to my... There's no one here.
That one's about to hop in the car.
Okay.
All right, thank you for your comment, Raldo. You said, do the Mona Lisa and turn it upside down from various angles. Well, Raldo, I just have one question for you. How much money you got in your pocket? I'm just kidding. It's on the house. In fact, it would be my pleasure. I think it's a great idea. I'm not sure if you're going to like the results, though. Take this unholy abomination, for example. Ugh, talk about uncanny valley. I'm just messing with you. That one's just for practice. Now, I know you requested that I do it upside down, and I'm going to, but I also did it right side up and sideways. And I started sideways, so let's begin there. I rotated the image sideways and made a reverse copy so that I could mirror it through my collage feature. Now, when I begin the mirroring process, the first image is always completely random. I never have any idea what's going to come out. So let's see what it gives us. I select the two images, and then I select the correct format, and then remove the borders to join the two images together. And there's our first image. Now, I don't know what you see, but it's incredible to me. It gives the appearance as if the painting has had a hole burned through it, giving us a window to the other side. And on the other side, a dark being looks back.
Like an
and when I say dark, I'm talking about the color, not its intentions. I don't know, it could be a nice guy, like Venom from the Marvel comics. Either way, it's a stunning image. It really does look like we're peering through a hole, and something's on the other side. Alright, now for our final horizontal reflection. Another unholy abomination. We've turned her into Siamese twins, connected at the head. The twins share a pair of eyes, and above them, something whispers in their ear. It's a clear image of a hidden face, revealed only by this reflection. Amazing. Let's keep going and see what else we can find. Now we're doing it upside down, with them facing away from each other. It certainly didn't disappoint. I see the ghostly appearance of a face between the two Mona Lisas. I can also see her hair and possibly a headdress or crown. I don't know. She looks like an Egyptian queen or something. Maybe a goddess. Next we have them facing each other. And in this image, if we remove the two Mona Lisa's heads, the whole image is a face. Next we have another otherworldly apparition with a dark face. And for our final inverted image, I see what looks sort of like a feline face. That's wild. And watch, when I remove the editing, you can see the eyes are still there. I'm just tracing over them to bring them out. And finally, we're doing right side up. And this image is quite interesting. It looks like there's a portal opening in the center and something weird coming out of it. What does it look like to you? Up top we have a skull or something, and beneath it we have a striking image of a face wearing a golden crown. Now let me remind you, I'm not creating these images to look like anything specific on purpose. I'm just mirroring the source image from random points, and when I go back and look, this is what I find. I'm just as surprised as you might be. Now let's take a look at our final image. Now I don't know, you be the judge, but I may have saved the best for last. This image is pretty intriguing to me. I see a figure with a tall, pointed, black hat, like the fictional depictions of a witch's hat. Maybe it's a wizard. There's definitely someone in there, and I don't know if you noticed yet or not, but he has a book open in front of him. I wonder if it's a spell book, or maybe he's just a guy reading in the park. Appears to be outdoors, and I can see he's sitting on a bench. Well, anyway, that's what I found hidden in the Mona Lisa.
That's
and I
great.
held the mirror up to her. What do you think, Raldo?
Just mirroring
Was the juice
images.
worth the squeeze? I
Crazy
know I'm
what you
blown
can
away.
find.
Thank you for the suggestion. I feel more enlightened from the experience, like something's been unlocked.
Why would they be lying to us? So we live in a crater. This crater map dates from 1250. The crater map has 3 continents. Then something happens. Our crater is flooded, and you get the creation of some new continents. In the Renaissance, a group of people, for some reason, start to con the world. They want to put the world on a little blue ball flying in space. How do you get from this map to this one? On the medieval map you have only 3 continents. The first thing you do is rotate the map to the east, and then you put the European map on top of it. In my view, it all starts with the Framoro map. Now in the same time they start to pump Roman maps into the public. They call it reconstructions.
That looks like a brain.
But in the reconstructions you start seeing the European silhouette. These are the precursors of the Mercator map. But then you say, hey, where are the Americas? Where is Australia? No worries. Let's create another circle. Let's send some explorers around the world and discover the new continents. Now how do you get these circles onto a ball? You create a mathematical formula, the Mercator projection, et voilà.
Now, if that map is a real representation of how the world used to look back then, that is crazy to me because there's so much important places under that ice. You got Jerusalem over there, you got the North Pole over there, Egypt, a whole bunch of other places, and we just can't access it. And it just really puts it in perspective, like how much land mass there used to be. And if you pay attention, there was no ice on that map. And the people back then were not stupid, so I don't think they're just making stuff up out of thin air. So I don't know, it just really makes you have to think about things. But alright you guys, that's going to be it for the video today. If you made it all the way to the end, don't forget to leave a like, comment, or subscribe, you know, stuff like that. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.